guys, so I am here to do a video on how I transitioned Aria from her crib to her toddler bed, or how we went through the whole transition. I've been getting so many questions on, I think, my last couple videos because everyone's seen Aria's bed. I haven't shown it or really talked about it yet, but yes, she is in a toddler bed now. And then once everyone saw that she was, they're like, oh, she's in a toddler bed. And I guess I never really announced it or said that she was going from a crib to a toddler bed, so I got a lot of questions. So I kind of wanted to make a video because a lot of people are like, how did you do it? Like, how did you get her to transition from a crib to a toddler bed, and you know, how did it go? So I just want to make a video for you guys and talk about all of that. So as many of you may know, Aria and this baby boy Nolan will be sharing rooms, and since Nolan will be sleeping in the crib, we thought it would be appropriate for Aria to be in a big girl bed, or that's what we call it, or a toddler bed. Since she is 2 now, she used her crib up until she was 2, and I can't remember exactly when we switched, but I want to say less than a month ago is when we started with the toddler bed. We went back and forth between should we get a twin bed or a toddler bed, and I was for the longest time leaning towards a twin bed because it would last longer and she would be able to use it, you know, for a really long time. But being me, I was just too worried that it would be too much of a transition for her. Aria is the type of child where she adjusts to things so fast, like so fast. I'm talking about it more, but she adjusted to her toddler bed so fast. But I think going from a crib to a twin bed, and I don't know how she would react to going through that, but I think it might be too much for her. And also I was just really scared because Aria is a tiny girl. A lot of you see her on camera, but you don't see her in person. She's just a really tiny girl, and to give it perspective, she's over 2 years old, and her her waist is still 12 months, and she's like around 22 pounds for a 2-year-old. So nothing to worry about. She's just small, she's just tiny, and I thought her having a twin bed, sleeping by herself, would be so scary, even like with the rails. Plus, since I said that they're sharing rooms, it would, I mean, you can get some that are decently small, but it would be taking up a lot of space as well as the crib, because cribs can be pretty big too. So we ended up going with a toddler bed just because I feel like it would have been more of a transition for her, like a better transition. And also I feel like we won't be wasting our money because we can get good use out of it when Nolan can start using a toddler bed, and then by then Aria will probably have her own room, and then we can have a twin bed, and then she'll be all set and everything like that. So yeah, that was kind of like the background of why we chose a toddler bed. Mainly because me as a mother, I was scared. I was a little scared, and to save space, and like I said, we can still get good use out of it. She's not just going to use it because no one will probably use it too. But yeah, moving on to how we transitioned her. We actually didn't make a big deal out of it. I kind of just reminded her a week before we put it together. We had it for about 2 to 3 weeks just in the closet, and then we're just like, oh, let's just set up her toddler bed. But we talked about it. We're like, oh, are you ready to sleep in a big girl bed? And we didn't make like a huge deal out of it. And then about a month ago, like I said, we just put the bed together, and Aria instantly loved it. Like, we were just like, oh, it's your big girl bed, and you know, we were just like cheering her on and super excited for her, and she was so happy. And you know, I think just by saying like it's your big girl bed, she just like felt great. She felt amazing. So yeah, she wasn't scared of it all. I was actually more scared than she was. And like I said, Aria adjusts to things so well. She has her toddler moments, of course, but she really does adjust to things really fast, and she's never the cautious type, which scares me, but she's never the cautious type. So the first night was a little bit anxious, but she did great. I think she didn't even wake up the first night. I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd night. That's when she woke up in the middle of the night, and we just put her back to bed, and she's only fallen out of it once, and she didn't even care. She just fell, cried for a little bit. I tucked her back into bed, and she was golden. And ever since then, like I said, for about 3 weeks now, she has done perfectly. Now, naps were a little bit of a struggle because, well, at nighttime she's more tired and more likely to fall asleep in the bed, but at nap times it was a little hard getting her in the routine. And there was a couple times where I had to keep taking her and putting her back in her bed. She would go back out, I'll put her back in, she would go back out, I would put her back in, and I was very persistent and very consistent with that. And after a while she got the hint, and I think it upset her that when I did that, I didn't say a word. I did not say anything at all. I just did it, and she kind of was like, what the heck is going on? And I don't know if she thought like, oh, mom means business, or she's very serious about this, or she was a little like worried or scared. I don't know, but it worked. Like, I just didn't say anything. Well, the first couple times I was like, Aria, you need to stay in your bed. And then after a while, she just kept going back out, so I didn't say anything, and I was just very persistent and consistent, and she has done great. There's actually not too much to say about transitioning Aria from a crib to a toddler bed. She just took to it very well. I think it was her time to be in a toddler bed just because she took to it, like I said, so fast, and we didn't have trouble except for a couple nap times. But we're at the point where she, like right now, she's taking a nap and she does great. She still takes about a 2 to 3 hour nap, so naps haven't changed, knock on wood, and she still sleeps from about 9:30 to 8:30 in the morning, and she does great. And she never wakes up, except for that one time she fell out of her bed. She cried for a little bit, and like I said, we put her back in. And I hope I'm not making it sound like this was like such an easy like transition, because it was really scary at first. And Aria, she was a little confused at first, but I think like when I just kept putting her back in her bed, she got the point. She got the hint, and she was like, okay, this is where I need to sleep. Mom's just gonna keep putting me back in my bed anyways. So that would be my only advice that I know that worked for us. If you're trying to get your child into a twin or toddler bed, is you just have to be persistent and consistent. And we made sure that the crib was not in the room, because like I told you guys, we were gonna paint and everything. We made sure the crib was not in the room at all, so I wasn't tempted to put her in there, and she wasn't tempted to sleep in there. So we had to make sure that nope, this is your bed, this is your only option. Like, well, I guess she had the floor, but this is just your only option. This is where you're sleeping. And that's really what really worked for us, is just being consistent and making sure that you just get rid of that crib. Just get rid of it. Don't go back to it, because I think just knowing that the crib wasn't in the room helped a lot, because I know like, oh, this is your only place to sleep. The next task will be potty training. I don't know if she's gonna adjust as well to it as she did to her toddler bed. I'm hoping so, but we wanted to get her situated with her toddler bed first before we even started potty training, because we didn't want to overwhelm her. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful in some way. If you have any questions, because I'm probably leaving out a few things that you guys want to know, just please leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, that is pretty much how we transitioned from a crib to a toddler bed. I wish I could give more advice, but that's pretty much how it went, in all honesty. Like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them below and I will try my best to get to you and give you the best advice that I can. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.